industrial giant, to get government back within its means, and to lighten our punitive tax burden. And these will be our first priorities, and on these principles there will be no compromise.
I can hear you! I can hear you! The rest of the world hears you! And the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us.
Never give in. Never, never, never. In nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force. Never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy.
But I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to be given the rights of a human being in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary.
Apostle Claver T. Kamau-Imani on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Hey, what's up, Saints and Patriots? Apostle Claver T. Kamau-Imani, RagingElePhantsRadio.com. The rebellious voice of Texas liberty. So happy to be with you today. It's going to be a fun program. Later on, the return of Big Al. Alice Linehan, Raging Elephants Radio, a contributor for Big Education. Going to start off with Alice. Well, any of the RER contributors, I want to start the conversation with their latest observations and revelations about the 2018 midterm elections here in Texas, in which there still needs to be a mighty spotlight shown on, and I'm going to do it again today. Today, we will be breaking down the Texas House. I mean, the more I look at these numbers, they are astonishing. I am absolutely astonished at what the Democrats were able to do in Texas in the 2018 midterms. Yes, it's a shocking outcome, but for us political wonks, us political geeks, us number geeks, oh, it is just a treasure trove of information, and better yet, really gives us the conflict points for future campaigns. There are some weaknesses that have been revealed in these numbers, and the Democrat strategy is there for everybody to see. So we're going to talk about that. We broached the subject a little bit yesterday with Eugene Ralph, just a little bit. What they did with women in the 2018 midterms, just crazy, unbelievable. And I don't know if you've been able to, if any other media outlets have done the research that that has been done on from over here as far as RER is concerned. I mean, I hope I'm not duplicating work that has already been done, but there's some revelations out there just from the numbers. I'm not even alleging any kind of voter fraud, but completely astonishing, and the Texas GOP and the RNC really better get their act together. And I mean like soon, real soon. Yesterday, well, here's the bottom line as I begin my opening rant. Here's the bottom line. Democrats are just, they're nuts. They're nuts. They're totally nuts. That's leftist socialists. They're totally nuts. Now, yesterday I was talking about these riots that are going on in France. And I'm looking at the invasion that's happening right now on the southern border of the United States, because eventually, I mean, they're over in Tijuana right now because they really don't want to mess with Texas. But I got a funny feeling that eventually one of these caravans is going to try and probe Texas, and it's going to be a showdown on the international border with Mexico here in Texas. I'm pretty confident of that right about now. But yesterday's rant, the point that I was making about Macron and his unpopularity and the riots in the streets in Gay Paris over gas prices, is a direct result of their economic policy and what they feel is a solution to a problem, namely climate change, which is just another issue, another excuse for them to have more government imposition. No, Butch, sit down. Sit. I'm not going to play with you now. Down. Everybody can see Butch on video. Down, Butch. Down. You know what time it is. It's program time. Good boy. It's my co-host, sidekick, Butch, cutest Christmas puppy of 2017. They're rioting in the streets in France because of $7.36 per gallon of gasoline, and they're rioting in the streets. And Macron is saying, hey, what are you complaining for? This is what you voted for. Whatever the Democrats identify as a problem, usually the solution that they present only exacerbates the problem. Now, there is a particular issue that they've really clung to. Fluffy Ocasio pumps it up a lot. Crazy Bernie pumps it up a lot. You know, millionaire Pocahontas Warren, phony Pocahontas, or as some are saying now, Focahontas, F-A-U-X, Warren, she's big on this issue. You all know it. You all love it. Income inequality. And this has linkage to what's going on as far as the border invasion is concerned. Income inequality. Now, I know it's lunchtime, and I don't want you to lose your lunch. But I got to play some Barack Insane Obama. Because if anybody is going to address the issue of income inequality, if there is still yet a spokesperson for the jackasses, it would be Barack Insane Obama. Now, I found this video from Vox News. It's from 2015, February 9, just before the election's about to crank up, and we're all counting down the days before Barack Insane Obama has to move out of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and we can all say hallelujah. But in this conversation, just a couple of minutes long, it's entitled Obama on Why Income Inequality Has Skyrocketed. Now, I want you to hear what he has to say. I want you to hear what he has to say as far as the solution is concerned. And then I'm going to give it to you straight, no chaser, like you know I always do. I'm going to cut through all the fog. I'm going to cut through all the stinky cheese. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's really going on as far as income inequality is concerned, and how the Democratic Party have no solutions for it, and that Republican espoused principles do. The ultra-conservative point of view, economic principles, will address income inequality. Here's the insane one, Barack Insane Obama.
How have we gotten to a point where we can have high corporate profits when businesses can be doing so well, but the workers don't necessarily share in that prosperity?
Well, this has been at least a 3-decade-long trend. Now, there are a whole bunch of reasons for that. Some of it has to do with technology and entire sectors being eliminated. Travel agents, bank tellers, a lot of middle management. A lot of it has to do with globalization. The rest of the world's catching up. Post-World War II, we had just some enormous structural advantages because our competitors had been devastated by war. And we had also made investments that put us ahead of the curve, whether in education or infrastructure. Those advantages went away at the same time as workers increasingly had less leverage because of changes in labor laws. You combine all that stuff, and it's put workers in a tougher position. So some people who just control enormous amounts of wealth, we don't resent their success. On the other hand, just as a practical matter, you're going to have problems making sure that we're investing enough in the common good to be able to move forward.
Does this put us in a place long term where redistribution becomes, in a sense, a positive good in and of itself?
But yeah, that's always been.
Hold on, stop the presses. Stop the presses. What did he say? Where redistribution, it becomes a good in itself. Income redistribution, wealth redistribution. This is what they want to do. And how do they do it? They do it through the middleman, the government, through taxation. So that's one of their solutions to the problem, right? That's the ultimate solution. Wealth redistribution. Set it at a certain stage, at a certain level. Taxation is going to be hefty, and you have a middleman, a bagman, the government, and they're going to get their cut, and then they pass it on to those that they feel are worthy of the government's favor. 1 Samuel chapter 8. No, 1 Samuel chapter 8, it's a beautiful thing. I'll continue. Hopefully not too many more interruptions.
Okay, so I don't think that's entirely new. I mean, the fact of the matter is that relative to our post-war history, taxes now are not particularly high or particularly progressive compared to what they were, say, in the late 50s or the 60s. There's always been this notion that for a country to thrive, there are some things, as Lincoln said, that we do better together than we can do for ourselves. Whether that's building roads or setting up effective power grids or making sure that we've got high quality public education and the teachers are paid enough. The market will not cover those things, and we've got to do them together. Basic research falls in that category. So that's always been true. I think that part of what's changed is that a lot of that burden for making sure that the pie was broadly shared took place before government even got involved. If you have stronger unions, then you had higher wages. If you had a
Wait a minute, what did he just say? Everything was better before government got involved? Did he just say that? I think he just said that. Everything was really kind of better before government got involved. Nah, he didn't say that. No, well, we can always just back it up a little bit and go.
That burden for making sure that the pie was broadly shared took place before government even got involved.
Oh.
If you have stronger unions, then you...
Wait, Did I just hear him say what he just said? Things were better. I'm translating for you. Things were better before the government got involved. No, he didn't just. Well, back it up.
That a lot of that burden for making sure that the pie was broadly shared took place before government even got involved. If you have stronger unions, then you had higher wages. If you had a corporate culture that felt a sense of place and commitment, so that the CEO, they felt a real affinity for the community to reinvest in that community and to be seen as a good corporate citizen. Today, what you have is quarterly earning reports. You have compensation levels for CEOs that are tied directly to those quarterly earnings.
That's been the case ever since there's been stock markets. My goodness. Really? Like, that's something new. That's a new evolution in capitalism.
You've got international capital that is demanding short-term profits. And so what happens is that a lot of the distributional questions that used to be handled in the marketplace through decent wages or healthcare or defined benefit pension plans, those things all are eliminated. And the average employee, the average worker, doesn't feel any benefit.
Well, that guy is, he is so smart. The academic, the leftist, the socialist. the effeminate Democrat, the impotent one, Barack Insane Obama. What a joke. The dude is a straight up joke. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break, come back. And what he just said actually has ties to the invasion. I'm going to explain it to you. Me, the non-academic, just a government-educated, multi-generational Texan. That's all I am. That's, I don't have the academic chops of a Barack Insane Obama. But I'm going to do my best to translate what this turkey just said and how what's going on as far as the invasion has an impact on income inequality, and that our solutions would actually be the ultimate solution.
Hartman, the power of proven results.
One of the premier property management companies in Texas, providing below market rates with above market amenities and service. Hartman has owned and operated commercial office properties since 1983, offering premium office space at an affordable price by saving businesses a significant amount of money by keeping taxes, utilities, and maintenance low. With over 30 years in commercial leasing in Houston, San Antonio, and Dallas, we have learned exactly what our customers require.
Hartman, the power of proven results.
Managed on Christian principles with a strong dedication to community benevolence. Whether you need 1,000 or 10,000 square foot of office space, Hartman has that space in one of nearly 50 Texas locations.
Hartman, the power of proven results.
Energy efficient buildings, customer friendly experts, supporters of conservative causes. A Texas owned and operated business for 30 years. A proud corporate sponsor of RagingElephantRadio.com.
Hartman, the power of proven results.
Visit Hartman online, hi-REIT.com. Call 800-880-2212 or click the ad on RagingElephantRadio.com. What's up, Saints and Patriots? I'm Apostle Claver, a proud Texas nationalist, and I'm here to tell you about Texit. For 25 years, Daniel Miller has been working to see the rebirth of the Republic of Texas. His work has been hard, but his passion is deep. For many Texans, there is a deep yearning, a burning to see the prophecy of Sam Houston come true. But the desire of their hearts comes with many questions. Texit has the answer. It's the new book from Daniel Miller and Defiance Press. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. Texit charts the path to Texas independence. This riveting book of facts and philosophy will soothe your anxiety about the coming change and build your confidence that Texans can get it done. You'll want to buy several copies for your family and friends. Like I've said about this governmental mess, the only way out is out. And the best part of Texit, I'm in it. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. It's selling like hotcakes. Buy it on RagingElephantRadio.com.
RER Cross is the Christian programming of RagingElephantRadio.com. Pastor Edwin Guerra delivers passionate sermons.
And then I'm reminded, God is greater than our feelings. There are times that you don't want to be Jesus to people, because you just don't feel worthy. God is greater than how we feel. And that is our hope. We are called to be the hands and feet of Jesus. We are not called to be emotional, up and down, Christianese type of people. We are called to be bold and stand firm on what we believe, even if you don't feel like it.
Enjoy Pastor Edwin Guerra, 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. Sundays on RER Cross, right here on RagingElephantRadio.com.
Can you do it? The RER 2+2 Challenge. Howdy, rowdy Texans. It's me, E, the millennial voice of RER. I'm a big fan of RagingElephantRadio.com. More Texas voters should be listening to RER every day. A better, deeper knowledge of how Texas works will help Texas voters to make Texas more like Texas. The RER 2+2 Challenge. Listen to RER 2 hours a day, every day, for 2 weeks. You'll learn more about Texas politics in 2 weeks than you've ever known. Mark it on your daily calendar. Set your phone alarm. The RER 2+2 Challenge. 2 hours a day, every day, for 2 weeks. RagingElephantRadio.com. The rebellious voice of Texas liberty.
radio for Texans in the know. RagingElephantRadio.com.
I'm excited to have the chance to talk with Alice Linehan, RER contributor. She handles Big Ed Education, the Big Education Industrial Complex for us here at Raging Elephants Radio. Going to get her response to the 2018 midterms and other things dealing with the indoctrination of your children through government schools here in Texas and beyond. Okay, so I hope you were able to hold down your lunch because I played some Barack Hussein Obama earlier, talking about income inequality. You know, yesterday we talked about the riots in France over $7.32 per gallon gasoline. And Emmanuel Macron is saying, this is what you voted for? Why are you complaining? Why are you rioting? And he's right. That's what they voted for. Income inequality. You know, it really is a point. I mean, the Democrats have a point. I mean, there's some huge income disparity in the United States. The Lord Jesus said, however, those who have will get more, and those who don't have a whole lot, they're going to get less. But that's for a different day, the Bible teaching. Let's just talk about economics. Also on yesterday, I revealed to you the total number, FY 2018. Fiscal year 2018, the total number of apprehensions just in Texas, illegal border crossings, the invaders. It topped 250,000, 250,000. And what has been repeated here on Raging Elephants Radio is that according to the Border Patrol Council and Brandon Judge, that it's a 50-50 proposition. 50 to 60% get away. So let's just be conservative and say 50%. Like he said, if you catch 50,000, that means 50,000 got away. So if they caught 250,000 here in Texas, that means 250,000 got away, which means you'd had 500,000, 500,000 in fiscal year 2018 just completed, September 30th, 2018. You've had 500,000 just come into Texas. This puts enormous pressure on wages. And what's the irony? The irony is that Democrats want more people to come in, just unabated, sanctuary country, those that are part of the quote-unquote caravan, I say invasion force. They are openly admitting that the asylum that they want is a job. They want economic asylum. There's no such thing as economic asylum. Asylum is for those like this woman in Pakistan, this Christian woman who believes in the Lord Jesus Christ, that they want to behead her or stone her in public or whatever they want to do over there in Pakistan. Get her over here and protect her. That's what asylum, political asylum, or religious asylum is all about. Not economic asylum, because you'd have 10 billion people in the United States. And so you have all these people that wanted us come in. So if you have a worker shortage, it drives up wages, the lower rung of the economic ladder. This is the condition that we have right now in the United States. You have low unemployment, high employment. What's been told to us by business networks, what's being reported by the government, is that you have more jobs than people looking for jobs. This puts a premium on the worker. Not necessarily by the power of the unions. That's just the free market. If you have a shortage of gasoline, gasoline prices go up. If you have a shortage of cotton, all kind of things go up, including t-shirts. If you have a shortage of workers, the price of the worker goes up. The argument from true conservative, economic conservatives for years, even Barbara Jordan back in the 1960s, is that the invasion drives down wages, especially at the lower economic rungs of the ladder. The lower rungs of the economic ladder. Barbara Jordan and Bill Clinton were saying that back in the 1990s. You're familiar with the audio by now. But that was the Democratic position. We can't have this illegal immigration. We can't have this invasion because those who are hurt the most are at the lower end of the economic ladder. And the Democrats now believed, at least back in 2014, that economic income inequality was going to be a winning topic for them. Folks like Crazy Bernie and Fluffy Cortez, they believe that now and in the future, it is a winning argument for Democrats, for Democrat socialists. What you want to have is a shortage because of wages, of workers, because that will lift up the wages, even for the hamburger flipper. There becomes a premium for hamburger flippers. You can't go to any fast food restaurant these days without seeing hiring all shifts, and help wanted signs are everywhere, especially at small business locations and fast food franchises. Controlled immigration controls wage inflation. You don't want such a shortage that wages go up, which causes inflation in products and services as well. You do want to control that. That's why you have controlled immigration, so that you have a hunger for workers, but it's not out of control where it becomes vicious in the free market. That's where controlled immigration comes in. You're controlling, how many people are coming in, joining the workforce. That is the purview of really the president, to some extent the legislature, but the president controls immigration and to some extent has economic control. And if you have this continued shortage of workers, then its income inequality begins to shrink. Then you have the Republicans, the establishment, the Chamber of Commerce types. And why do they want the border invasion? Cheap labor, income inequality. You have controlled immigration, sorry, Chamber of Commerce. The most valuable commodity, the human resource, is going to have a rise in cost in doing business. And it can't be too high because you got to make sure that your workers are able to buy your products. And what we heard Barack Hussein Obama say in segment 1 of today's program, the Democrats want to artificially raise wages through government imposition. Minimum wage is the prime example. Not just through the collective bargaining agreement, but through government imposition, government tyranny. You must pay workers this amount of money instead of letting the free market determine what the economic income earning level is going to be at the lower rungs of the economic ladder. And we just heard Obama say, hey, things were pretty good before government got involved. Isn't that always the case? That's always the case. And now Democratic Socialist, the Democratic Party, enshrined in their platform, government imposition when it comes to income inequality. Just control immigration, control the level of the workforce.
Automobile aficionado, Apostle Claver here. Let me introduce you to my mechanic, an ASC certified mechanic, Andre at America's Repair in Houston. Now, you guys know I'm a former fully sponsored race car driver, and I own a high-performance auto. You bet I'm particular about who even touches my car. I go to America's Repair to get all my auto work done, and you should too. Andre has served Spring Branch and all of Houston for over 20 years. America's Repair will match or beat any competitor's price. All repairs come with a 1-year, 12,000-mile warranty. America's Repair is a complete car care and repair center. State inspection, muffler and exhaust work, wheel alignment, brake work, tune-ups, engine transmission work, auto body and paint. Great deals on oil change and AC checkup. America's Repair accepts all extended warranties. 2005 North Gessner, 1 mile north of Memorial City Mall in Katy. Wednesday is senior citizen discounts. Thursday, active military discount. Call 713-467-2001. 713-467-2001. AmericasRepair.com. Or click the ad on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Hey guys, spring is just around the corner and it's time to check out your air conditioning system. Call Galen Beatty with Beatty AC and Heat, 281-222-9591. And mention this commercial and you can save $15 off your next checkout. Galen Beatty is my AC guy, and he needs to be your AC guy too. No one does it better than he does. This family-owned business is the best in Houston. And even if you're out of town, if you need to replace your entire heating and AC system, Galen Beatty is going to be your best bet. He'll check everything from your thermostats to your air handler to make sure that you're getting the most efficient system ever. Nobody does it like Galen Beatty, and the price is always right. So be sure to mention this commercial and save an extra $15 today. That's Galen Beatty with BeattyACandHeat.com. BeeACandHeat.com. 281-222-9591. 281-222-9591. Call him today.
Girls, I know the one place where you are guaranteed to find a great guy. You know, the kind of guy that carries you off on horseback and flies you to Paris and likes to talk about his feelings. He's at the movies. Well, in the movies. Where else will you find a funny architect with airbrushed abs? Girls are lining up for guys like this, but not you, because you bought your tickets ahead on Fandango. So adios, long lines, and hello, handsome astronaut, brain surgeon, spy.
Make a date with Fandango, your ticket to the movies. Family night at the movies is a tradition. It really bonds us together. I love you guys so much, especially this one. I mean, of course, there's all the, his popcorn's bigger than mine, and she's hitting me. Fandango makes it all so easy with tickets in advance. Honey, you enjoy the chick flick? Kids, you enjoy the animated movie? Daddy's gonna go watch things go boom. That's how we do family movie night. Bring your family closer together with Fandango, your ticket to the movies.
Visit Fandango through the RER Marketplace.
Green Air Technology will sanitize, sterilize, and defunkifies your home. Our treatment utilizes a high-output biocleaner to eradicate bacteria, germs, and airborne pathogens and allergens in any home, vehicle, or facility. So if your facility or home smells funky like a bow-legged monkey, call Green Air Technologies. We are dedicated to eliminating odor and airborne contaminants at home, at work, or even in your vehicle.
Now featuring Biosphere.
Call Jim Green at 346-254-9217 or go to greenairtech.com. 346-254-9217 or go to greenairtech.com.
Attention, business owners. The marketing plan of RagingElePhantsRadio.com is geo-targeted for Texas. From El Paso to Orange, Amarillo to Brownsville, the state of Texas is going to know about us, and they should know about you. Together, we'll have Texas covered like a blanket. When you advertise with us, you immediately get the benefits of statewide exposure. We are the way to advertise your company throughout the state of Texas and grow your customer base economically. No matter the size of your business, we have a package for you, starting at just $100 a month. Get started by clicking the Advertise button on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Information, communication, action. RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Hey, Citizen Patriots, a couple of things I want to emphasize before we get back here to the best news and information when it comes to Texas that you could ever find, I really want to encourage you to download the Raging Elephants Radio app and get your other friends to do so, because it's the best way to beat the censorship that we find ourselves facing when it comes to big social media. It's real. It's not conspiratorial. It's real. We've experienced it at Raging Elephants Radio. And the best way for us to be able to get to you directly is through the upgraded Raging Elephants Radio app. So we want to put a heavy emphasis on everybody downloading the app, because it gets rid of the middleman. At the very least, I want you to sign up for our email list. Once again, it gets rid of the middleman. Now, we put a post on Facebook, no matter how popular it is, if it's exposed to 10% of our likes, without us having to pay, it's a miracle. It really is. It really is a racket. So, and the other thing, Saints and Patriots, we need to keep the income levels exactly where they are. Are the employment levels where they are right now. We need more shortage of workers, and at the bottom rung of the economic ladder, you'll see an increase in wages. Let's talk a little bit about Texas politics. Talk a lot about Texas politics. The Texas House of Representatives was just, some serious damage was done, and serious damage was done to the Freedom Caucus, the cause of liberty in the Texas House of Representatives. I'm just doing more and more research on these 2018 midterms, and I'm just astonished at the results and what I'm finding. Generally, what you know is that the Texas House of Representatives, they lost 12 seats. This is coupled with the 2 seats that were lost in the Texas Senate. Both of the state senators, Connie Burton and Don Huffines, considered to be liberty-driven people, they go down. And the news wasn't that much better in the Texas, well, it was worse in the Texas House. There were some serious flips. And let's go through these. There were 12. HD 45, the incumbent was Jason Isaac, and he gave up his seat in order to run for Congress, which was an absolute flop. And HD 45 is Hayes and Blanco counties, and Ken Strange was the Republican nominee to succeed Jason Isaac, and he lost by 3.2% to Aaron Zwiner, 51.6 to 48.4. That's a flip. In HD 47, which is Travis County, Paul Workman, my goodness, was the incumbent, and he lost to Vicky Goodwin by 4.6%, 52.3 to 47.7. Now, you go north to Williamson County. Larry Gonzalez was the Republican incumbent that announced his retirement, and a Democrat takes that seat. James Tallarico beat Cynthia Flores by 3.4%, 51.7 to 48.3. HD 65. Now this is up in North Texas. By the way, spoiler alert, when it comes to Williamson County, Travis County, Hayes County, and now Blanco County, there are no more Republican representatives at all. It's all jackasses. Let's go up north to Denton County. HD 65, the incumbent Ron Simmons loses to Michelle Beckley by 2.2%, 51.1 to 48.9. Now let's go to HD 102. This is in Dallas County. Linda Coop loses to Ana Maria Ramos by 5.6%, 52.8 to 47.2. In HD 105, which is Tarrant, includes Irving and Grand Prairie. Rodney Anderson, who in previous elections had been hanging on by the skin of his teeth, he loses by 9.4% to Teresa Terry Neza, 54.7 to 45.3. In HD 113, this is Dallas. This is Extreme East Dallas, including Rowlett. This was Cindy Burkett's district. And she gave up that seat to run for Senate against Bob Hall in the 2018 primary and got stomped. Well, Jonathan Boos won the primary this time, and he got pummeled by 7 points. This is East Dallas now. This is Rowlett, Garland area, 53.5 to 46.5. HD 114 Dallas. We finally got rid of Jason Attack Chihuahua Villalba, defeated in the primary by Lisa Luby Ryan. Post-election interview that you heard right here, popular post-election interview that you heard right here on Raging Elephants Radio. That seat gets flipped by Democrat John Turner. Lisa Luby Ryan lost by 11.2%. She was a potential Freedom Caucus member. 11.2%. That's a drubbing. 55.6 to 44.4. HD 115. This is Dallas. This is the one that hurts the absolute most. Julie Johnson beats Matt Rinaldi, leader of the Freedom Caucus, some would say. The one that we wished would run for speaker, maybe for him or Matt Schaefer. Widely known as the brains of the Freedom Caucus. The chief strategist of the Freedom Caucus, Matt Rinaldi. And he gets some help when Briscoe Cain came in here in the last session in 2017. And he goes down by 13.4%, 56.7 to 43.3. Julie Johnson took him out. Shocking. Utterly shocking. And it's not necessarily the numbers. It's who was taken out. I mean, this hurts. As much as the establishment probably got heartburn over Cantor losing, Matt Rinaldi going down, as far as the cause of freedom in the Lone Star State, it hurts. There's got to be some way he can make a political comeback. I don't know. Maybe he runs. I don't know if he's in Huffines Senate district. Maybe he runs against the Democrat that won against Don Huffines. I don't know. But to lose Matt Rinaldi, that hurts big time. HD 132 down here in Harris County, extreme West Harris County, includes Katy and Cinco Ranch. Mike Schofield. And their RER scores are all over the place. But Mike Schofield loses by 0.1%, 97 votes to Gina Kalani, 49.2 to 49.1. And you can't say, oh, well, the Libertarian candidate wasn't in there. No, I mean, really, the Libertarians shouldn't even have an impact on these races. Got a few more to go. Got to take a break. Be right back. Man, I was ready to get in sackcloth and ashes on November the 7th when I saw these election results as far as the Pink Dome is concerned. Mainstream media isn't focusing on what's going on, but here at Raging Elephants Radio, we will. Don't forget, later on this program, Alice Linehan. We got a whole lot more to cover when it comes to freedom in Texas.
Hey, Barry the Music Man here for Tejas Smoke Depot. They have everything you need when it comes to smoke. Check out the 150 square foot walk-in humidor filled with a huge selection of fine cigars. Or give them a call at 830-990-1472 and order up what you want. Maybe you like to roll your own. They have it. Maybe you need a gift for a smoker in the family. How about a new pipe? They have a large selection, even a cross-section of great beers in stock. In a hurry, come by and use the drive-thru. Located at 1639 West Highway 290 in Fredericksburg, Texas. Out of town? Visit them at the website, TejasSmokeDepot.com, or call 830-990-1472. That's 830-990-1472. It's smoking.
The happiest happy hour on the H-Town West Side. Introducing the Texas Tea Tavern. Texas Tea. The longest happy hour. 12 noon to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. $3.75 domestic drafts. $8 domestic pitchers. $4 wells. $5 grapies for the ladies. Texas Tea. Texas Tea is the West Side after work chill out place. They have this massive door that opens up to a relaxed lawn and patio. Day or night, this time of year, it's marvelous for sipping in convo. Texas Tea. Video poker tournaments all through the week. Tuesday, Texas Trivia. Wednesday, bring your axe. It's open jam night. Live music every Saturday night on the huge stage. Karaoke Sunday nights. Texas Tea. Mud bugs could be boiling in the outdoor kitchen. If you're hungry, the classy food cart on the newly paved parking lot serves $3 tacos that are big as your head. Texas Tea. A safe place for ladies to venture solo. Open every night until 2 a.m. Texas Tea. Easy to find. 1535 Brickmore, a stone's throw from City Center. You may see me there. Get more info. Click the ad on RagingElephantRadio.com. What's up, Saints and Patriots? I'm Apostle Claver, a proud Texas nationalist, and I'm here to tell you about Texit. For 25 years, Daniel Miller has been working to see the rebirth of the Republic of Texas. His work has been hard, but his passion is deep. For many Texans, there is a deep yearning, a burning to see the prophecy of Sam Houston come true. But the desire of their hearts comes with many questions. Texit has the answer. It's the new book from Daniel Miller and Defiance Press. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. Texit charts the path to Texas independence. This riveting book of facts and philosophy will soothe your anxiety about the coming change and build your confidence that Texans can get it done. You'll want to buy several copies for your family and friends. Like I've said about this governmental mess, the only way out is out. And the best part of Texit, I'm in it. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. It's selling like hotcakes. Buy it on RagingElephantsRadio.com.
The battle for liberty rages in every Texas community, none more so than in the nation's fourth largest city, Houston, Texas. A tyrannical mayor denies the right to vote to the citizens of the city, signs executive orders that violate the Texas Constitution and the charter of the city, and issues subpoenas for the sermons of pastors. And when the frontline leaders against the mayor's totalitarian agenda wanted a broadcast partner for their Faith, Family, and Freedom tour, who did they request? RagingElephantsRadio.com.
There are a lot of great folks that we owe a big debt of gratitude for promoting this issue from day one. I want to recognize my friend Claver and the folks over at Raging Elephants over here. He was on it from day one. Every single week this man talks about this issue. And so thank you, Claver, for never giving in, never backing down, and continuing to be that loud conservative voice.
RagingElephantsRadio.com, the rebellious voice of Texas liberty.
Get to know Texas politics. RagingElephantsRadio.com.
Breaking down the elections, 2018 midterms continuing, the Pink Dome, serious damage done. By the way, Alice Linehan is going to be on a little bit later on. And tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun, too. Oh, Luke Bowen from Texas Right to Life is going to be on tomorrow to talk about the election results. Of course, Angela the Box That Rocks and the TNT, the hot ticket, Tita, Moody, Brian. Okay, more flips. Back down here in Harris County, Gary Elkins, and that guy's been there forever. And he loses to John E. Rosenthal. This is HD 135 here in Harris County, Northwest Harris County. This is like Cypress, over to like Bear Creek. The amazing Doc Green used to live in this particular district. Gary Elkins is gone. He got beat by 3.1%. This is all used to be like strong red territory. Elkins is gone. Schofield in Harris County. This is west Harris County. Katy, Cinco Ranch, and he loses. Sure, it's 97 votes. HD 136. This is back up in Williamson County North. of the People's Republic of Travis County, Cedar Park, Leander area, Tony Dale. And some of these guys are rhinos. Schofield Rhino, Elkins Rhino, Tony Dale Rhino. Still losing. He loses to John Busey III by 9.5%. And as of right now, I mean, it looks like the one who got the biggest beating in 2018, Matt Rinaldi, with his 99, with his RER score of 99. I mean, now those are the flips, 12 flips, and some serious damage was done. But it could have been worse. It literally could have been worse. There was some close calls. These were races of note. Now, there was some good news. In HD19, James White, he won by 66.4% Republican. But down in Fort Bend County, incumbent Rick Miller, he was victorious. Close call. These are races that were single-digit victories. Rick Miller wins over L. Sarah DeMerchant, or DeMerchant, this part of the world. Won by 5 points. John Zerwas, with dreams of being the next Texas Speaker of the House in HD 28. This is also Katie. And he's like the worst of the worst when it comes to rhinos. He won by 8.4% over Megan Scoggins. Races of note. In HD 54, Scott Cosper was the incumbent. He was defeated in the primary by Brad Buckley. And Buckley went on to victory against Kathy Richardson by 7.6%. Single-digit victories should be double-digit here in the Lone Star State. Up in Denton, West Denton, Lynn Stuckey, Rhino, in HD 64, was able to beat Andrew Morris by 8.3%. But now, Dallas and Collin County, Plano area. Let's go to the east side of the Metroplex. HD 66, Matt Shaheen, Freedom Caucus guy, nearly loses to Sharon Hirsch, wins by only 0.6%. 0.6. These are Freedom Caucus guys now. We're not talking about a Lynn Stuckey. In Collin County, this includes Allen, Plano, Richardson. Freedom Caucus guy Jeff Leach nearly loses to Sarah Depew. He only wins by 2.2%. Good news in HD 89, Jody Laubenberg retired. This is Colin Dallas Rockwall. And Candy Noble, Republican Candy Noble, won that one by 19.2%. That is good news, along with the James White victory. In HD 92, this is Tarrant County. Let's go to the west side of the DFW Metroplex. Jonathan Stickland didn't get to 50%. Jonathan Stickland did not get to 50%. He was victorious, beat Steve Riddell by 2.4%, but Stickland only got 49.8%. In Tarrant County, Matt Krause, these are Freedom Caucus guys, was able to win by 7.8% against Nancy Bean. That's HD 93. HD 94, Tarrant County, Freedom Caucus guy, Tony Tinderholt, won by 8.6%. In HD 96, Tarrant County, Bill Zedler, longtime conservative, known conservative, high Raging Elephants radio score, only gets 50.9%, wins by 3.7%. Craig Goldman, Rhino, but in Tarrant County, beats Beth Llewellyn McLaughlin by 8.4%. These are the close calls. Pat Fallon was elevated to the Texas Senate from HD 106. He was the state rep from HD 106, which is Denton. Jarek Patterson, really a Liberty Movement guy, wins that district. So conservative replaces conservative. He wins by 16.6%. That's good news. Morgan Meyer, Rhino, in the heart of Dallas. Around the Art District, HD 107. He wins, gets 50.3%, wins by 0.6% over Joanna Catanach. Angie Chin Button almost goes down in HD 112 in Dallas. Brandy K. Chambers was her opponent. She only wins by 2.2%. These are the close calls. It could have been worse. In Joe Strauss's seat, HD 121, Steve Allison was victorious as the Republican beat Selena Montoya by 8.5 points. Less margin than Strauss ever won by. HD 126, Kevin Roberts. He lost in the primary for Congress against Crenshaw. E. Sam Harless won that. That's the husband of former state representative Patricia Harless, scandal-ridden Patricia Harless. He wins by 9.6 points over Natalie Hurtado. Sarah Davis won in HD 134 over Allison Lamy Sawyer by 6.4%. In Harris County, the district that I live in, my state representative, I can't say that. Well, the district that I live in, Dwayne Bohack, 50.1% of the vote. He wins by 0.2%, 72 votes. That's the district that I live in. And finally, good news, Valerie Swanson, Liberty, our Freedom Caucus member, beats Michael Sean Kelly, who I know. I can't believe that he ran on the Democratic side. Beats him by 15.6%. Those are the close calls. It's kind of wonky, but you need to know it, Saints and Patriots. 12 seats lost now by the Republicans.
Your grassroots political organization may benefit from having your own internet radio program. RagingElephantRadio.com can help you achieve that. By having your own RER program, you can personally inform your members and supporters of the top issues in your community and grow the size of your organization. Starting your own RER show isn't as hard as you think or as costly as you think. To get started, go to RagingElephantRadio.com and click the Advertise on RER button for a list of prices. Or you can email us, sales@RagingElephantRadio.com. Have your voice heard. Have your own show on RagingElephantRadio.com. Automobile aficionado, Apostle Claver here. Let me introduce you to my mechanic, an ASC certified mechanic, Andre at America's Repair in Houston. Now, you guys know I'm a former fully sponsored race car driver and I own a high performance auto. You bet I'm particular about who even touches my car. I go to America's Repair to get all my auto work done, and you should too. Andre has served Spring Branch and all of Houston for over 20 years. America's Repair will match or beat any competitor's price. All repairs come with a 1-year, 12,000-mile warranty. America's Repair is a complete car care and repair center. State inspection, muffler and exhaust work, wheel alignment, brake work, tune-ups, engine transmission work, auto body and paint. Great deals on oil change and AC checkup. America's Repair accepts all extended warranties. 2005 North Gessner, 1 mile north of Memorial City Mall in Decatur. Wednesday is senior citizen discounts. Thursday, active military discount. Call 713-467-2001. 713-467-2001. AmericasRepair.com. Or click the ad on RagingElephantRadio.com. Stop smoking and enjoy it. Electronic cigarette vaporizers. More than an actual product. This is the name of the company that's going to lead you to a tobacco-free life. Apostle Claver here. ECV is where I went to break my cigar usage. Now I'm a happy vape fan. Vaping, healthy, more socially acceptable. The new cool thing. No one's better in Texas to intro you to the world and tech of vaping than electronic cigarette vaporizers. Bart, Chantal, Max, and Chris will teach you every feature of the dozens of vaping devices to choose from. ECV has a cornucopia of flavors, from fruity to cookies or even tobacco, each made from all natural products. No carcinogens, no smoky smell, and a choice of nicotine levels. Slowly drop your nic level down to 0 and break your tobacco habit with no jitters or stress while enjoying relaxing inhalation. You've been wanting to do it, so do it. Stop smoking and enjoy it. Electronic cigarette vaporizers, 2755 Gessner in Houston. Call 713-939-8273. 713-939-VAPE or see the ad on RagingElephantRadio.com.
Green Air Technology will sanitize, sterilize, and defunctifies your home. Our treatment utilizes a high-output biocleaner to eradicate bacteria, germs, and airborne pathogens and allergens in any home, vehicle, or facility. So if your facility or home smells funky like a bow-legged monkey, call Green Air Technologies. We are dedicated to eliminating odor and airborne contaminants at home, at work, or even in your vehicle.
Now featuring Biosphere.
Call Jim Green at 346-254-9217 or go to greenairtech.com. 346-254-9217 or go to greenairtech.com.
Hey, this is Claver. I want to take a few seconds to give you some words of encouragement. Go after the dream. Some of you have embraced the dream of having your own talk show. Congratulations. You've got a lot to say, and you have the confidence to believe you can do a great job. You should start on RagingElePhantsRadio.com. Purchasing your own block time is cheap. Yeah, a lot cheaper than your local terrestrial station for sure. And we don't leave you to sink or swim. Consultation on how to get up and running is part of our service to you as an RER independent producer. Shoot me an email, info@RagingElePhantsRadio.com. info@RagingElePhantsRadio.com. I'll send you a full media kit. Launch that dream right now with RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Numbers equal power. Spread the word about RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
All right. My bad. That whole last segment, I had my camera queued up and I forgot to hit the go on air button. And so that whole last segment, all you saw was like the website in stop set mode. Sorry. If you want to see my beautiful face, perfect for international modeling, you can go to the RER video YouTube channel. Or the easiest way is just to go to RagingElePhantsRadio.com and scroll down in the right column and you'll see our YouTube box. And a little live now bug is there. You can hit that and you can see my gorgeous international model face. As I'm laying down the facts, baby. Just laying down the facts. Later on, Alice Linehan is going to be here. We're going to talk Texas politics as we are supposed to talk Texas politics. And Texas education as well. So the last segment is wonky. It's a bunch of numbers. But these numbers, I'm sorry guys, it's somebody needs to talk about them because they're factual and it's things that we can learn from. The new balance of power. 84 state representatives that are Republicans, 66 that are jackasses. This should add one more 6 to that. 666 should add one more 6. 66 Democrats, 84 Republicans. This is down from the absolute high watermark of the 2010 election and the 2011 legislative session when Republicans had a supermajority in the Texas House of Representatives, 101 seats. So when we look at the wonky numbers, and we see that the Democrats, since the 2010 seminal election, the Tea Party election that gave Republicans that supermajority, since then, Democrats have increased their vote totals by 90%. And as a result, Republican holding seats in the Texas House has gone from 101 to 84. Lost a full 25 seats since 2010. And that seminal Tea Party election. Remember in the 2009 legislative session, when Joe Straus was elected Speaker of the House, the balance of power was 76 Republicans, 74 Democrats. You know the story. Joe Straus gets 11 rhinos and 65 Democrats, becomes Texas Speaker of the House, and is still so till this day. Even Joe Straus gave credit to the Tea Party for the 101-seat supermajority of the 2011 session. But since then, Republicans have lost 25 seats. Or 20, oh, what is it? 26 seats. 27 seats. What is it? Let me get my calculator out. Wait a minute. 101 minus 84. Oh, I'm sorry. So, see, I went to government school. This is why I need a calculator. This is why I need it. It's 17 seats. It's not as bad as I thought. So sorry. Everybody get off the ledge. It's only 17. Still lost 17. Trusty calculator there, or everybody would have been jumping off the ledge. I would have jumped off the ledge. 27? No, it's 17. Sorry. Oh, it's so embarrassing. But still, kind of wonky. Lost 17 seats. Okay. Remember yesterday when Eugene and I were talking, and we were talking about a deliberate strategy by the Democrats. And this deliberate strategy was to apparently recruit women and run them against Republican white men. That seems to be the strategy of the 2018 midterms here in Texas. Now, Nancy Wicked Witch of the West Pelosi would like you to think that on a national scale, there is this huge Year of the Woman thing. And perhaps Nancy Wicked Witch of the West Pelosi is correct, but I just follow Texas. And I'm going to say right here, right now, it is absolutely the case that there was some sort of women's Tea Party movement or something in the 2018 midterms, because the number of candidates and the number of victories by Democrat women, once again I use the word astonishing, unbelievable, shocking. And they're going to have a lot of influence in this 2019 legislative session. So you couple this insurgence, because we're going to be doing a lot of research on these new women coming in. You couple these women coming in with the 17 seats lost by the Republicans since 2010, and it's going to be absolutely critical who's going to become the Speaker of the House. And right now is Dennis Bonnen. This is Joe Strauss Part 2. Dennis Bonnen was the Speaker Pro Tem to Joe Strauss. How many committee chairmanships are the Democrats going to get after the Strauss years, in which fully 1/3 of committee chairmanships were given to Democrats routinely, session after session? That was Joe Strauss's policy. He publicly promised that as long as he remained Speaker, that he would continue to just hand over power to Democrats like that without a blink of an eye, without any hesitation. He felt that they had a right to that amount of power. 1/3 of committee chairmanships to Democrats, when apparently the Texas people have rejected the Democratic Party policies, at least up until this last election. How many seats is Bonnen going to give up? What influence are these women going to have on the Democratic caucus? I mean, this is why I want to talk to the people of Texas Right to Life. When it comes to the cause of protecting life, especially of the unborn, baby Texans, these losses, what does it mean? 17 seats have been lost since 2010. 12 on November 6, 2018 in the Texas House of Representatives, and 2 critical senators, 2 critical, if you want to call them Freedom Caucus senators, Huffines and Connie Burton. The legislation was already purple, that was being produced out of the Pink Dome. It was getting just a little bit pinker, if you will, with Dan Patrick as lieutenant governor and with 20 senators in the upper chamber of the Pink Dome. That's down to 19 now. And still able to get legislation through with those 19 votes. Had a supermajority just for a few months. Not going to be able to pass any legislation with a supermajority because of the loss of Huffines and Burton. And I'm seriously worried with this new balance of power. 84 Republican, 66 Democrat. More Democrat power than they've seen in quite some time since the 2009 session. And they really rule the roost up there. And Dennis Bonnen is going to continue to let them rule the roost. I'm just concerned about the 2019 legislative session. Democrats taking control of the purse strings in Washington, Double City. You're not going to be able to get rid of Obamacare. What are they going to do as far as Obamacare 2.0? Lord Jesus, help us. What are they going to do as far as the border invasion is concerned? Wall? Trump wall? I doubt it. I doubt it seriously. And now, more Democratic power in the Pink Dome, man. We have to regroup. We have to gird up our loins, get ready for battle, get on the offensive. Because Democrats, they're on the offensive. Republicans are on the defensive. We're going to talk more about these women because just what the Democrats did with women proves the point that they are on the offensive and Republicans are on the defensive. Just what the Democrats did with women. And not just this mythical goddess-like suburban white woman, college-educated suburban white woman. What Democrats did with women, unbelievable. Republicans need to respond. They need to respond with a counterattack by harvesting new Republicans from the communities of color. I'll point at, I'll let you know what I'm talking about after the break. Don't cut the stream because if you're not listening, you're not learning. Let's talk about what Democrats did with women in this election. You won't believe the numbers. Raging Elephants Radio. If you're not listening, you're not learning. Doc Green immediately after me, 2 p.m. Texas time. It's no secret about the censorship that big technology companies are practicing as we speak. Are there ways to get around this? For us, the Raging Elephants Radio, and for you, the Raging Elephants Radio app is the way to do that. It gives us direct communication to you with no middleman. No Facebook, no Google, no Twitter. Raging Elephants Radio and you in direct connection. No interception. Beat the censorship. Download the Raging Elephants Radio app.
Hartman, the power of proven results.
One of the premier property management companies in Texas, providing below market rates with above market amenities and service. Hartman has owned and operated commercial office properties since 1983, offering premium office space at an affordable price by saving businesses a significant amount of money by keeping taxes, utilities, and maintenance low. With over 30 years in commercial leasing in Houston, San Antonio, and Dallas, we have learned exactly what our customers require.
Hartman, the power of proven results.
Managed on Christian principles with a strong dedication to community benevolence. Whether you need 1,000 or 10,000 square foot of office space, Hartman has that space in one of nearly 50 Texas locations.
Hartman, the power of proven results.
Energy efficient buildings, customer friendly experts, supporters of conservative causes. A Texas owned and operated business for 30 years. A proud corporate sponsor of RagingElephantsRadio.com.
Hartman, the power of proven results.
Visit Hartman online, hi-REIT.com. Call 800-880-2212 or click the ad on RagingElephantsRadio.com.
Green Air Technology will sanitize, sterilize, and defunkifies your home. Our treatment utilizes a high-output biocleaner to eradicate bacteria, germs, and airborne pathogens and allergens in any home, vehicle, or facility. So if your facility or home smells funky like a bow-legged monkey, call Green Air Technologies. We are dedicated to eliminating odor and airborne contaminants at home, at work, or even in your vehicle.
Now featuring Biosphere.
Call Jim Green at 346-254-9217 or go to greenairtech.com. 346-254-9217 or go to greenairtech.com.
What's up, Saints and Patriots? I'm Apostle Claver, a proud Texas nationalist, and I'm here to tell you about Texit. For 25 years, Daniel Miller has been working to see the rebirth of the Republic of Texas. His work has been hard, but his passion is deep. For many Texans, there is a deep yearning, a burning to see the prophecy of Sam Houston come true. But the desire of their hearts comes with many questions. Texit has the answer. It's the new book from Daniel Miller and Defiance Press. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. Texit charts the path to Texas independence. This riveting book of facts and philosophy will soothe your anxiety about the coming change and build your confidence that Texans can get it done. You'll want to buy several copies for your family and friends. Like I've said about this governmental mess, the only way out is out. And the best part of Texit, I'm in it. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. It's selling like hotcakes. Buy it on RagingElephantsRadio.com.
Here's how to use the RER app on your commute and get the latest Liberty 411. First, download the RER app on your smart device, phone or tablet, Apple or Android. Search Raging Elephants Radio in your App Store or Google Play and hit the search button on your keyboard. Connect your device to your car audio system. Do it via Bluetooth or auxiliary jack. You riding old school? Stick in some quality earbuds and enjoy the serious HD stereo. No excuses. It's here. RER app.
Numbers equal power. Spread the word about RagingElephantsRadio.com.
I'm really excited about having the chance to talk with Alice Linehan in just a few moments. Speaking of awesome women, well, speaking of women, I can't say awesome. Correction, not so awesome. Really jackasses because they're Democrats. This is what I believe. I believe that what the Democrats were able to do when it comes to women on the ballot for the 2018 midterms, absolutely astonishing, amazing. And Republicans had better come up with a counterattack or we are in trouble here in Texas. I know it's kind of wonky, but this is the kind of stuff that I do. And if you pay attention to the numbers, you don't fall asleep, we can learn a lot. I got to give you the numbers first before we can do any kind of breakdown, any kind of analysis. Women on the ballot for the 2018 midterm general election. Women on the ballot for Democrats. Just the House of Representatives, okay? They had 60. There's 150 seats in the Texas House of Representatives. Democrats on the ballot for the 2018 midterm had 60 women contesting those seats. 60 on the ballot in those 150 elections. Now, when it comes to challenging GOP seats, 30 women, Democrat women, challenged for GOP seats. 60 women on the ballot, and half of those were challenging GOP seats, either an incumbent or an open seat that was held by a Republican. By the way, those 60 seats, 60 candidates on the ballot, that's 40% of the Texas races and the races for the Texas House. Now, these 30 Democratic women that challenged GOP incumbents, or what was held by the GOP and was an open seat, that's 31% of the seats held by the GOP in the Texas House of Representatives. They went after nearly a third of the seats held by the Republicans in the Texas House of Representatives with women candidates. Out of the 30 Democratic women, 26 opposed GOP men. Only four of the Democratic women who challenged a Republican incumbent or a seat that was held by Republican and was open were challenged by women. The other 26, they were going straight up against GOP men, and only one GOP black man. I think the rest of them were white men. Now, there were 12 Democratic flips. 12 Democratic flips. That's what we've been talking about. The balance of power. Now 84-66. As the Republicans have lost 17 seats since 2010 and lost 12 in this election alone on November the 6th. Of those 12 Democratic flips, 8 of them were by women. And there's 9 new women that are going to be in the Texas House of Representatives, because there was one Democratic woman for an open seat previously held by a Democrat. The Republicans didn't even put up a challenge against her. There's a new balance of power in the Democratic caucus, and it's heavily woman. There are now 27 women in the Democratic caucus out of the 66. 41% of the Democratic caucus is now fluffy Ocasio types, Mad Maxine types, Pocahontas types. In fact, the women increased their share of the Democratic caucus by 1/3. And this is what I mean when I'm talking about, well, who's going to be the new chair or the new Speaker of the House? How many Democrats are going to get positions? How many fluffy Ocasio types, Pocahontas types, Symphonia Thompson types are going to be committee chairwomen when Dennis Bonnen gets finished with divvying up the very valuable committee chairmanships, financially valuable committee chairmanships? An amazing year when it comes to Democrats and women. The GOP, especially the Texas GOP, has to come with some sort of counterattack for 2020. I'm saying that it should be candidates of color. Can they do that? What do they do when you have all these women, 60 women on the ballot out of 150 Texas House seats, Texas House races, 60 on the ballot women, 30 of them going against Republican women. Of the 12 flips, 8 of them women, 9 new Democrat women for the 2019 session. What does this do as far as life is concerned? Luke Bowen is going to be with me tomorrow from Texas Right to Life PAC to discuss this. You don't want to miss that program either.
RER Cross is the Christian programming of RagingElePhantsRadio.com. Pastor Edwin Guerra delivers passionate sermons.
And then I'm reminded, God is greater than our feelings. There are times that you don't want to be Jesus to people because you just don't feel worthy. God is greater than how we feel. And that is our hope. We are called to be the hands and feet of Jesus. We are not called to be emotional, up and down, Christianese type of people. We are called to be bold and stand firm on what we believe, even if you don't feel like it.
Enjoy Pastor Edwin Guerra, 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. Sundays on RER Cross, right here on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
See, just 3 taps and you're checked out. Wow, that was so easy. Cheapo Air does all the work for you. Its best airfares are returned in just seconds. I saved time and found great rates. Guaranteed. I like that you mixed and matched. We have access to 450 different airlines. Get out. Seriously? Cheapo Air is the smart choice. You can book with confidence from anywhere at any time and get great customer service 24/7. But Aren't we supposed to call you?
Cheapo Air. Travel the world for less. Book today and save up to $20. Visit Cheapo Air through the RER Marketplace.
What's up, Saints and Patriots? I'm Apostle Claver, a proud Texas nationalist, and I'm here to tell you about Texit. For 25 years, Daniel Miller has been working to see the rebirth of the Republic of Texas. His work has been hard, but his passion is deep. For many Texans, there is a deep yearning, a burning to see the prophecy of Sam Houston come true. But the desire of their hearts comes with many questions. Texit has the answer. It's the new book from Daniel Miller and Defiance Press. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. Texit charts the path to Texas independence. This riveting book of facts and philosophy will soothe your anxiety about the coming change and build your confidence that Texans can get it done. You'll want to buy several copies for your family and friends. Like I've said about this governmental mess, the only way out is out. And the best part of Texit, I'm in it. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. It's selling like hotcakes. Buy it on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Texas independence. Have you ever thought about it? What exactly does it mean, or is it even possible? Sam Houston said Texas will raise her head among the nations. Was he a dreamer or a prophet? You can get the answers to these questions in the book Lying in the Sand by Daniel Miller. Doc Green says it's required reading for every Texan. Lying in the Sand by Daniel Miller gives you the information you need to be prepared to give an answer to anyone that asks. As a Raging Elephants Radio listener, you are the go-to person for your friends. RagingElePhantsRadio.com. This book is more than a good read. It will equip you to reach others while pursuing a better future for your family. Get your copy now by clicking on the link on RagingElePhantsRadio.com. RagingElePhantsRadio.com. That's RagingElePhantsRadio.com. Since a portion of the proceeds goes to support Raging Elephants Radio, it may be time for you to cross that line in the sand. RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Hey, this is Claver. I want to take a few seconds to give you some words of encouragement. Go after the dream. Some of you have embraced the dream of having your own talk show. Congratulations. You've got a lot to say, and you have the confidence to believe you can do a great job. You should start on RagingElePhantsRadio.com. Purchasing your own block time is cheap. Yeah, a lot cheaper than your local terrestrial station for sure. And we don't leave you to sink or swim. Consultation on how to get up and running is part of our service to you as an RER independent producer. Shoot me an email, info@RagingElePhantsRadio.com. info@RagingElePhantsRadio.com. I'll send you a full media kit. Launch that dream right now with RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Numbers equal power. Spread the word about RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
If you're not listening, you're not learning. Apostle Claver T. Kamau-Imani here. Claver, your favorite political flavor. Always giving it to you straight, no chaser. I've missed her so much. Big Al. Alice Linehan of Raging Elephants Radio contributor. She does our Big Education, Big Ed watch here. And also Women on the Wall. Alice, welcome back. Missed you.
Thank you. I missed you too. I hope you had a wonderful and blessed Thanksgiving and preparing for the season of Christ. It's all good.
It was too much food.
Blessings are abundant.
It was too much food. There's a reason why gluttony is a sin. It was just too much food. It was just too much food. That's all I can say. It was delicious. I ate too much. It was too much food. That's what it was. That was the problem.
Well, I saw a great meme. It said, leftovers are for quitters. I thought that was pretty good. I am no quitter. Let me just tell you.
No, well, I must be, because I still got leftover from Thanksgiving. Lord have mercy. Alice Linehan, Raging Elephants Radio contributor. Alice, you're up there around Dallas County and the orbiting counties, Collin County and the like. My goodness, we haven't had a chance to chit-chat since the midterm election, November the 6th, but the amount of damage that was done, at least to the Republican conference and the Liberty and the Freedom Caucus, my goodness. I mean, just your overall thoughts just to get conversation started here.
Well, I am not questioning any of those liberty-minded caucus members. I'm not questioning their true conservative values, but I have to say, when I take a look at the losses that we had, I can directly attribute them, because I know the people in their communities. Education was a key factor. And those that were pushing bad school choice, fake school choice, Jeb Bush's school choice, TPPF school choice, they got rid of them. And frankly, they got rid of them because what they were pushing was deceptive. And what I try so hard to explain to people and to explain to these candidates and reach out to when they were candidates. You have got to understand the history behind education in the United States and in Texas. And if you do not take the time and have your staff take the time to understand the battles that have been fought in the past, you will be deceived and they will take you out. And I have no doubt that Matt Rinaldi, Connie Burton, Don Huffines were specifically taken out by the public school education advocates. And they allowed themselves to be deceived into pushing government-regulated school choice, which actually limits parental rights, limits education freedom, and actually is a true threat to our freedom and liberty in Texas.
Okay, well, let me jump in, Alice. Are you saying that the Democrats that were opposing them were for the good school choice? Aren't the Democrats that were opposing them openly speaking about the data gathering of our children, the monetization of our children, the Fourth Amendment violations that government schools perpetrate against our children? They can't be better candidates, can they not? I mean, although Rinaldi and Huffines and Connie Burton, although they were deceived, and we've gone through it, that's been the absolute foundation of our conversations now for a couple of years, is how there is a good school choice and a bad school choice. And while we don't want to dismantle the government schooling system, we don't want their mandates on homeschooling and pure, true school choice. Is the argument that you're making that the Democrats that were on the ballot were advocates for the good school choice? I would think that they would be even worse, openly advocating for absolute total government control of education in the United States of America and here in Texas. Your thoughts, Alice? What do you think?
You bring up an extremely, extremely important point. And I wrote an article during the primary comparing Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and Milner. I can't remember his first name. Scott Milner. And I specifically laid out who's worse, Dan Patrick or Scott Milner, on education, because both are pushing the bad school choice. And it's the same situation in the general election. They allowed themselves to be used by the people who are funding and basically buying off both sides of the aisle. They allowed themselves to be used and for the left to create the narrative that they were against public schools and that they were and I sent you a video of a new Pat Green song that just came out about Argyle football, and what they didn't realize is that, especially Matt Rinaldi, in a place like Coppell, Texas, where you have a long-standing history of strong athletics, academics, they were able to portray Matt Rinaldi as wanting to collapse that and take that away. Not that his opponent was any better, but it was that they were able to create the false narrative that Republicans are out to collapse the traditional public school system. And you can't, and I've heard people, that we're friends with say, abolish the public schools, get rid of the public schools. Well, number one, it's written in the Texas Constitution. So if we're about standing on the Constitution and going about the process, you've got to take that out of the Texas Constitution, and you've got to do it the right way. That's never going to happen.
That's true. That's true. That's in the Texas Constitution. That's one of the few things, the four things that the Texas Constitution allows government to have its tentacles into. Education is one of them. It actually was one of the grievances in the Texas Declaration of Independence against Mexico, and they said, hey, you guys promised us a government school system, and you haven't delivered on that. And from the very inception of Texas as a republic, it was dedicated to a government-funded school system. Now, what's done in that government school system and how it's funded, property taxes I'm hinting towards, that's a different argument, but you're absolutely totally correct as far as the Texas Constitution versus the United States Constitution, where education is not mentioned at all. Department of Education is anti-constitutional. Here in Texas, the government is mandated to provide an education system.
That's exactly right. And so as we are moving forward, we have got to be educated, truly educated, on the issues. And, it's interesting because I was in a debate with the education policy person with TPPF, Texas Public Policy Foundation, and she was asked, had she ever read the Every Student Succeeds Act? Because when you go down to Austin and you listen to those meetings, those hearings, and I was just down there on Tuesday, everyone talks about how we're aligning to ESSA. And when she was asked, she said, no, that's a federal bill. This is Texas. Why would I read that? That should be of real concern. And I was just down in Austin on Tuesday to testify.
Their argument, the left always argues for the supremacy clause, that whatever is passed from the federal level, it supersedes no matter what is passed at the state level. So you can pass whatever you want here at the state level. The left will go to their security blanket, the federal courts, and say, hey, based on the supremacy clause, what has just been passed by Washington, Devil City supersedes whatever sovereignty move is made by the state of Texas. Correct, Alice, or what?
You're exactly right. And that's specifically, I've talked about, they passed WIOA, the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act in 2014, which basically binds education under the Department of Labor, Department of Health and Human Services, Department of Defense, and Department of Education. And in those documents, it says, it calls on the state to align our laws with the federal laws because the federal laws supersede the state laws. So if we're going to be...
So when the lady from TPPF, says, well, why would I read that? Because we're talking about Texas. She either is deflecting or she's ignorant. Because if she knows better, the whole supremacy clause, a primary bludgeon for the left, is why you have to read what's coming down from Washington, Devil City. That's the point that you're making about the TPPF woman.
Exactly. And if we as conservatives, and if our elected officials or our candidates are being funded by these organizations and they're going to their conferences and they're getting all their talking points, and she is the lead education policy person for TPPF. She was the one who was testifying in Austin on Tuesday because she was asked as a TPPF representative to be on these committees that helps write all these laws at the state level, and she's our expert. No wonder we've been deceived. And I'm not going after this girl. I am sure she was very smart, but
the point is that. Yeah, but the point is that this has had a deleterious impact on what happened on November the 6th.
Exactly. If these people don't understand and that's what I said about if we don't understand how we got here and how there has systematically been federal and state laws that have been passed to lock this P20W, preschool through the workforce system, into place. If we don't have conservative Republicans who understand the history behind where we are today, and we're listening to people who don't know that history, and people like me and so many others, and you, and who are trying to get the information out, we're marginalized. We're said that when I met with Connie Burton, she told me to my face, I don't believe in conspiracy theories. Well, you know what, Connie? Here's my packet. Here's the documentation. Here's a PDF link that I'll send you.
Hold that thought right there, because, Connie Burton is one of the ones that lost on November the 6th. She and Don Huffines, the Republicans enjoyed a supermajority, or will enjoy a supermajority for only about half a year. We lost Alice. She has to call back. All right, be right back, Saints and Patriots. But she was talking about Connie Burton, and the point that I wanted to make about Connie Burton is that... there she is. See, she's calling back. Fantastic. She's calling back. Good. But the point that I was making about Connie Burton is that ever since she was elected, she was acting kind of funny. We're going to go to a break. I'll get Alice's take on that, because Connie Burton went down. That was the seat that was held by Wendy Working Girl Gold Digging Davis. We were all end zone dancing because that was the GOP flip. Well, it's flipped back. Hang around. If you're not listening, you're not learning. RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Hey, this is Claver. I want to take a few seconds to give you some words of encouragement. Go after the dream. Some of you have embraced the dream of having your own talk show. Congratulations. You've got a lot to say, and you have the confidence to believe you can do a great job. You should start on RagingElePhantsRadio.com. Purchasing your own block time is cheap. Yeah, a lot cheaper than your local terrestrial station for sure. And we don't leave you to sink or swim. Consultation on how to get up and running is part of our service to you as an RER independent producer. Shoot me an email, info@RagingElePhantsRadio.com. info@RagingElePhantsRadio.com. I'll send you a full media kit. Launch that dream right now with RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
What's up, Saints and Patriots? I'm Apostle Claver, a proud Texas nationalist, and I'm here to tell you about Texit. For 25 years, Daniel Miller has been working to see the rebirth of the Republic of Texas. His work has been hard, but his passion is deep. For many Texans, there is a deep yearning, a burning to see the prophecy of Sam Houston come true. But the desire of their hearts comes with many questions. Texit has the answer. It's the new book from Daniel Miller and Defiance Press. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. Texit charts the path to Texas independence. This riveting book of facts and philosophy will soothe your anxiety about the coming change and build your confidence that Texans can get it done. You'll want to buy several copies for your family and friends. Like I've said about this governmental mess, the only way out is out. And the best part of Texit, I'm in it. Texit, Why and How Texas Will Leave the Union. It's selling like hotcakes. Buy it. on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
RER Cross is the Christian programming of RagingElePhantsRadio.com. Pastor Stephen Broden is a featured Bible teacher.
What runs interference with God's instructive word are Satan, the world, and the flesh. Out of these three comes doubt, fear, and unbelief. Doubt and fear leads to unbelief. Unbelief, more than any other sin, is targeted towards the very character and integrity of God Himself. It challenges God's promises, His stated purposes, and casts dispersion on His plan for you and all who believe. This is what Satan did in the Garden of God with Adam and Eve. Satan led them to believe God was holding back on them and was untruthful about the consequences if they ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
Enjoy Pastor Stephen Broden, 9:30 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. Sundays on RER Cross, right here on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Hartman, the power of proven results.
One of the premier property management companies in Texas, providing below-market rates with above-market amenities and service. Hartman has owned and operated commercial office properties since 1983, offering premium office space at an affordable price by saving businesses a significant amount of money by keeping taxes, utilities, and maintenance low. With over 30 years in commercial leasing in Houston, San Antonio, and Dallas, we have learned exactly what our customers require.
Hartman, the power of proven results.
Managed on Christian principles with a strong dedication to community benevolence. Whether you need 1,000 or 10,000 square foot of office space, Hartman has that space in one of nearly 50 Texas locations.
Hartman, the power of proven results.
Energy-efficient buildings, customer-friendly experts, supporters of conservative causes. A Texas-owned and operated business for 30 years. A proud corporate sponsor of RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
Hartman, the power of proven results.
Visit Hartman online, hi-REIT.com. Call 800-880-2212 or click the ad on RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
It's no secret about the censorship that big technology companies are practicing as we speak. Are there ways to get around this? For us at Raging Elephants Radio and for you, the Raging Elephants Radio app is the way to do that. It gives us direct communication to you with no middleman, no Facebook, no Google, no Twitter, Raging Elephants Radio, and you in direct connection, no interception. Beat the censorship. Download the Raging Elephants Radio app.
Numbers equal power. Spread the word about RagingElePhantsRadio.com.
All right. After me, the amazing Doc Green. Yeah, please do download the Raging Elephants Radio app and share it with all of your friends as well. Share the Raging Elephants Radio app because we got to get Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff out of the way. Direct communication with you. And the promise is we will continue to improve the app, more and more features. Got some good stuff on the drawing boards. Alice Linehan is a Raging Elephants Radio contributor. She handles Big Ed for us, Big Education. We were talking about Connie Burton, who lost, State Senator Connie Burton out of Tarrant County, Senatorial District number 10, which is the seat that Wendy Davis held. Pink tennis shoe wearing, pro-genocide Wendy working girl gold digging Davis held for so long. And she's gone. And I just found it odd that I would have considered her, well, she is a true product of the Tea Party. She was part of Northeast Tarrant County Tea Party. But it seemed that once she won election, she really sort of stiff-armed a lot of, anybody outside of her district. Any non-constituents, it seemed like she was just stiff-arming them, whether they were attached to the Tea Party, the Liberty Movement, or not. I'm just wondering if you found her to be a little bit standoffish in your dealings with her. Alice, what did you think?
I did. I mean, obviously, if she told me that I was a conspiracy theorist, she discounted everything that I met with her and gave her documentation on. So, but I think it's a bigger issue than an individual candidate or elected official. I was just down in Austin on Tuesday, and when you see who the invited guests are, who get to speak, by the way, and who are invited on all these committees that are they already know the outcome that they want from that committee. They're just putting people on that committee to reach that outcome. And so when you understand how it works...
You mean those who are testifying, the state representatives or the state senators have power over who gets to that microphone and who testifies, and so they know who is advocating for the position that they want to get legislated, get passed into the governor's desk. Those are the ones that have the prime speaking parts and get literally invited by the state reps or the state senators.
Exactly. And they're really not used to other people, moms and dads and people who actually dig in and know the history of education showing up. I wrote on Facebook that Senator Larry Taylor's famous last words to me are, "Miss Linehan, your time is up." Because every time I go, I get 2 minutes. And I should say I don't get 2 minutes. He usually lets me go on a little bit longer, but we're cut off. But these invited guests...
follow-up questions? Because there's a different stance, there's a different interaction between the pro-establishment or the position the legislators want to see promoted than how they deal with you. Like you say, Ms. Linehan, your time is up. Larry Taylor and everybody else up there are very, very familiar with you. But those invited witnesses, they get follow-up questions. They get it teed up for them, don't they? Do you get very many questions at all? Are you at least given the privilege of engaging in debate with them, Alice?
Sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not. I will say Larry Taylor asked me a question about because I presented them with recommendations for privacy in the classroom. Everybody's pushing privacy in the bathroom. Well, I want privacy for our children in the classroom. And so after I went on, and he couldn't dispute anything that I was saying, he let me go on a little bit. I will say, too, there is a very important video that I posted out on Facebook that Dr. Patrick Huff, he was there not as an invited guest, but he's a college professor now, and he's a former educator. He was a principal for 30 years in the Houston area. He's written a book on education, The Takeover of Education. He would be a great guest to have on your show, by the way. He testified, and I will say that Larry Taylor, Royce West, and Kel Seliger questioned him. And there was it was a 20-minute exchange. And Dr. Huff would not back down, but I will say it's very important to go watch the reaction of those elected officials on both sides of the aisle, because they are planning, they know the outcome that they want. And the backroom deals that happen are happening in the back room, and they all know what's going to happen. And they're not used to having someone come in with the clout that Dr. Huff has to question them.
It's a problem because the deal has already been done. The handshakes have already been made. Even before the hearings begin, the outcome has already been predetermined, and that's why the squelching of someone like an expert, multiple experts, including yourself, that would come in and challenge what the announced policy is going to be, what the new law is going to be, what the new tyrannical mandate is going to be. And so somebody comes in and throws ointment in there, gums up the gears a little bit. It causes a problem because they've already made a handshake deal on it. The cash has already exchanged hands. It's in the campaign coffers, Alice.
You're exactly right. That's exactly why in Tarrant County, when Senator Ken Paxton was a senator, and I started when he was running for office, and I asked him, why did you support Senate Bill 1557 and the follow-up legislation? Why did you author it? And that's actually legislation that allowed our school districts to bring in the Common Core College and Career Readiness standards and align everything to TASA and TASB. And in fact, during the hearing on those bills, Ken Paxton wasn't there, and Wendy Davis presented Ken Paxton's bill for him.
Wow.
That's a problem. But I'm the bad guy because I point that out and I say to Ken Paxton, I need some talking. If I'm going to be out here supporting you and pushing you, can I have some talking points? Because I need to know why you and Wendy Davis were supporting that bill. And I became the enemy because I questioned him. That's why conservatives are losing. Because and I don't know that Ken Paxton intentionally, or I don't think he even understood the bigger picture. But when you have organizations like TPPF and you have Phil Graham as the economist and the chief guy at TPPF and his wife, and if you know the history of Phil Graham in the 90s.
The C student, the proud, braggadocious C student from Texas A&M. I don't know. I guess that's better than someone like me from Lamar. I don't know. But, Alice, I want to get you.
That's the problem.
I want to get you back to the election results, though. With the Republicans, regardless of where they are on the political spectrum, because they lost up and down the political spectrum, and there were a bunch of close calls. Matt Rinaldi just happened to get the biggest beat down of them all. That really hurts. But from going from 101 seats in the 2011 legislative session down to 84 seats in the 2019 legislative session, so many leftist women getting elected. Of the 12 seats that were flipped on November the 6th, 8 of them women. The Democrats had 60 women on the ballot. 30 of them were going up against Republican incumbents or Republican seats that were left open, and they flipped 8 of those, and 9 brand new Democrat women. They increased their caucus by a third, plus these seats that were lost. 17 since the 2010 midterm election, the Tea Party election. What does it mean for education legislation?
It means that what has been the wins that the left, I'm not going to say Democrats, because I know some Democrats who are not leftist liberals. They're actually concerned with the fact that Texas children are not learning to read well, write well, do math, and know history. I know some Democrats who are like that. What the leftists and those who are funding both sides of the aisle with this fake school choice, Jeb Bush school choice, they have us fighting Republican versus Democrat, and that, we have to be so scared because it's all the Democrats. And I will agree with you. It concerns me. But I also know that what I saw happening in Austin on Tuesday was that Royce West and Betancourt and Kel Zeliger are all working together. And so what we need to understand as far as education goes, if Republicans and Democrats are going to be working under the pink dome together, and they have us on the outside hating Republicans or hating Democrats. What we need to do is get educated on the issues and the history behind where we're going so that the far leftists don't deceive the actual conservatives.
Yeah, but are there any current Democrats up there right now that you can point to that you can say when it comes to the good school choice that they're on board? Or are they all, you just said that Royce West, Betancourt, and Seliger are all on the same page for the bad school choice. Are there any Democrats up there currently that are for the good school choice that you've been able to open a dialogue with?
I will say that there are Democrats who are pro-public school and who are pro-actual local control with locally elected school boards.
Yeah,
and
are they anti-government mandated standards? Because that's the crux of the matter.
That's the crux.
That's the main difference between the bad school choice and the good school choice. The good school choice says that yes, when you take your child out of government schools, that you also release your child from the government mandated standards, which is what we want, right? So are there any Democrats that are down with that? They may be for public schools. They may be for government schools, which we have already discussed as part of the Texas Constitution. It has to be provided for. But what is happening within those classrooms is what we're battling over. We're not trying to end government schools. The Texas Constitution says it has to be there. What's happening in the classroom is what we're battling against. And are Democrats on our side at all on this, Alice Linehan? Any that are in office right now, that you can say, I'm an ally. Because I can talk to Terry Hall, and she can openly say, hey, look, there are some Democrats when it comes to the issue of transportation that I can point to and say are literally better than Republicans on this issue. And she names them off, whether it's Moody or Pickett. On the education side, however, are there any kind of equivalency currently under the pink dome?
Not under the pink dome. There are not, but there are on local school boards. And that's in Houston ISD, Dallas ISD, Richardson ISD. There are people, and it's because you made a huge point, and I'm so glad you said this. And actually, I spoke about it, and Dr. Pat Huff talked about it on Tuesday as well. The college and career ready, Common Core aligned standards. Until we can get Republicans and Democrats under the pink dome who actually voted to say that they passed a law saying we don't have Common Core in Texas, but that was all a lie. Until we can get them to focus on the fact that the college and career ready standards are the problem and that the invalid accountability system is the problem, we're not going to win under the pink dome, whether we have Republicans or Democrats. But I will say, at the local school board level, that's where I'm working.
Yeah,
and
the pink dome is the 800-pound gorilla. I mean, because the state government doesn't have overall authority over what happens as far as education is concerned. I got to end it right there, Alice. Let's continue the conversation next week, because these 2018 midterms are going to have implications for a long time to come, not just the 2019 legislative session. So let's keep talking about it.
Great. I would love the opportunity.
Alice Linehan, Raging Elephants Radio contributor. She handles big education for us. Thanks a lot, Alice. That's it for me, Saints and Patriots. Tomorrow's program is going to be another one stacked like pancakes. Hope you enjoyed this one today. I'm Apostle Claver T. Kamau-Imani, the Christian politician, your ultra-conservative soul brother. My enemies under the pink dome call me the purifier. From H-Town, may the Lord Jesus bless you. May the Lord Jesus bless the future independent sovereign republic of Texas.